Hey Bree, I'm not gonna be starting right away. I'm gonna make an announcement first. Gonna wait for some people to show up and then we'll get to it, just making sure that everything is working correctly. Can you hear me alright? Is the music levels fine? It's not overpowering me or anything, right? Alright, cool. Let's send out an announcement. Hey Duel. Everything's on fire. Oh shit. Quick, throw me a fire extinguisher or a blanket. Hey creator and Powback. Am I gonna add everyone? Yes, I will. Hey Luna. Alright. Uh, you're going to sleep just as this is starting. Is it because of the music? I'm sorry. Hateful. Alright. By using everyone, you're about to mention blah 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 blah. Is this the right channel? Yes, it is. Here goes. Boop. Alright. I'm gonna. There we go. Use this. And maybe this one? There you go. Hi, Mr. Tommy and Calderon. Hey, Master P. Stealth in the tags? What? Oh. What the hell? Why is there stealth in there? Well, these are just the default Battlefield 3 tags. It's also driving and racing game, apparently. The more you know. Hey, Face Grabber. Hey, Lucas. G'day. Fortnite mod when? Uh, we'll see. Hey, Quicksilver. This is Valorant? Maybe. Venice Unleashed, more like Venice Unreleased. Not for too long. Hey, Flare. How's lockdown? Eh, it's alright. Could be better. At least people are being safe, so that's good. Valorant reality mod. uh, Daddy NoFaTe yes? Question mark. What? You lost your job? Oh shit, man. Sorry to hear that. Which one is out first, this or Diabolical? I'm not sure what Diabolical is, so I can't accurately answer your question, unfortunately. Just log in. Quake style game. Will we have working bots? Yes, but no. It depends on your definition of working. There are bots, yes, but they don't do anything because there's no nav mesh, there's no AI, there's nothing. So it's up to you, and by you I mean like mod makers to actually make them smart. I haven't kept track of VU for like 3 years. Has anything changed? A lot of things have actually changed. Um, you'll see some of those today. So home menu looks so good, thanks. Glad you guys like it. Been in a coma since 2016. Can't wait to play my favorite released Battlefield mod. You mean unreleased? How to create a new soldier? Um, Here, I'll show you. Alright, so I mean, I have auto login right now, but basically, you do this. That's it. Battle log doesn't show you ping. Yeah. You remember getting keys of IRC? You mean for the beta back in, or alpha, whatever the hell that was, back in, what was it, 2016 at this point? Damn, it's been a while. Regarding map editor, 1, can we use single player and co-op assets? And 2, can we take an empty building, remove the door, and add an interior? Yes, for the most part. There are some things you can't really use. I mean, you can, but there's caveats. So things, let me try to explain this. Um, so first of all, you can't just take everything from every single player map because there's a memory limit. So the way that using assets from single player works is that you basically load in the single player map parallel to whatever map you're trying to add its assets to, which means that your game uses more memory to do that, which means that at some point you'll hit the limit and then your game will crash because it's run out of memory. So you can't access all of single player, but you can access most of the things. Uh, what was the other question? Hold on, wait, scrolling. Can we take an empty building, remove the door, and add an interior? Again, it depends. Most buildings, like the models of the buildings, don't have any sort of interior, so they're just going to be transparent from the inside because they have no faces. But for buildings that are modeled, then sure. We don't currently support custom models, but that will come soon after release. Any ETA on download? No, not at this point, but VU will be releasing later this year. Can the soldier names have more than 16 characters? No. Unfortunately, that's an engine limitation, and there's nothing I can do about that. Let me see if I missed anything. Um, have I had any issues with DICE or EA pulling the plug? Not yet. We've tried to make sure that everything we do is respectful towards them and can't be abused. So um, we're playing it safe is what I'm trying to say, but you never know. Hopefully they won't do anything, but um, from a legal standpoint, we are covered, but we're talking about a multinational billion-dollar corporation, so if they put their eyes on you, then there's not much you can do. What are we gonna do today? Today, and I'm gonna wait like 5 more minutes for a few more people to show up. But today, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you some of the things that you can do, namely the map editor, the spectator mode, and a couple of other mods that I've prepared and other people have prepared. So basically a general showcase, and then I'll go back to working on the zombie mod I was working on last stream. Can we make a private server? Absolutely, yes. You can host VU servers on your own computer. All you need is just the game and VU, and that's it. And an internet connection, of course. And maybe a computer. Uh, eh, maybe not. Please click on settings. Sure. There's nothing here right now. It's just stuff. Does snow rain apply smoothly to a custom map? Or do you have to apply the materials? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tried that. I know that most models are pre-baked with snow and stuff like that effects on them. I know there are some variations that have different materials, but I'm not entirely sure what our support for that is yet. God bless you for adding a full screen monitor option, yeah. Ring 0 anti-cheat when? Ugh. Ugh. Will you show technical details of the development of this project? What is this running? Was it all reverse engineering? Yes. It was basically lots of reverse engineering, trying to figure out how the game works, how the engine works, and trying to put it all together in a way that makes it accessible for other people to mess with how the engine works through scripts and that kind of stuff. So VU has its own scripting engine powered by Lua, which allows you to mess with a bunch of stuff. If you stick around until after the showcase, then you'll see me interacting with that a bit. Pink camos when? Eh, soon? TM? Can you bake your own lighting? No, unfortunately not. Most of the lighting in the game is dynamic, but global illumination is not. So global illumination is pre-computed, pre-baked, and it uses Enlighten, which is a proprietary global illumination software, and we can't regenerate that. So, release in 2020? Yes. When did the alpha even close? I think it was like 2016. Are we ever gonna get faster cars? Also racetrack map. Actually, funnily enough, there is a racing mod in progress. You said to use SPN co-op assets when you need to import single-player maps. Will always be this way. I'm guessing we'll at least be able to export and import the assets to use them exclusively. So the way it works right now is, like I said, you have to load the entire map. But for individual assets, you can't just selectively load assets from a map because of how Frostbite works. If you mean exporting the assets from the game data and then rebundling them to kind of load them separately, then yes, that'll be a thing you'll be able to do at some point. You can't do that right now because, like I said before, we don't have custom asset support finalized, but maybe. Is it possible to dump a mod from a VU server? No, it's not. You can maybe dump the client side portion of the mod, but anything that's running on the server side is completely inaccessible to people joining the server. Alright, I think I'm gonna get started. Let's see, what should we show first? Should we show spectator? I think we'll show spectator since we have a couple people here that can join in and I can spectate them. And then we'll show the editor. Will there be a library of mods? It depends on what you mean by library. We will have a dedicated subforum on our website for mods so people can post their mods and so on and so forth. And we will also be providing a bunch of sample mods, like some of the ones I'm going to show you today. Alright, let me start up a server, and I'm going to load up Spectator, and then we can show that first. There we go. So, yeah, I'll just make it public so people can join. Do you have any plans to make a version for BF4? No. Are there any legal issues with DICE about this? No. Not at this time, at least. Rating tool and those who do good content should get VIP badges, I guess you meant to say. Maybe. We've thought about making like a more structured mod repository, but it's not really a priority. As long as you don't make money, you should be safe. You never know. Alright, can I get a couple people to join my server from anyone who's around? Powback, Full Hand, anybody else who has access? Please join up. Going forward, when will happen a transfer to dice.wtf? How big is the mod itself? If you mean VU, the VU client is about, I want to say 150 megabytes. And then each mod, varies. Alright, I see a couple people have joined. Alright, so, disclaimer, this is all work in progress, so it might break in weird and unfamiliar ways. Also, I'm in the floor because that's where the middle of the map is. So, this is Spectator mod. I can see Flare here going around in this thing that's shaking for some reason. Let's see. People haven't loaded in yet. Just gonna wait for them to load in and then I'll switch. But for now, we'll just follow around. In free cam. Alright, we got a couple more people here. Let's see. Is the UI made with stuff from Frostbiters? This is your own overlay. The Spectator UI you're seeing at the top and the left and the right is custom. Also, some things will not work right now because we're in pre-round, but it's fine. Okay, let's spectate someone. So I guess we'll spectate. Oh, Matt. So you can spectate in first person. You can also spectate in third person, which is a bit bugged right now. There's another spectator third person camera implementation that is pending update on this mod. But yeah. So you can also see the players in the current squad on the left and the right. Yeah, FOV is a bit weird right now. Um, is there a color grade or filter on right now? I believe so. Let me check. Whoa, that's too fast. Let me see. Color correction is actually enabled. Let me turn it off. There we go. Now it's off. Biggest question, will we finally get a scalable minimap in BF3 so it's not tiny? By default, VU doesn't really change anything in regards to the UI, but if one wants, they can definitely disable the current minimap and redo it and make it, you know, expandable and whatever. Will spectator with delay work? Not at this time. Spectator with delay assumes that we can do some sort of recording, and that's not something we can do. Alright, let's look at someone who isn't dead, or the free world. Oh yeah. So yeah, this is spectator. There's a few things, like I said, that are still pending. Like for example, you can't see player's ammo right now. It's just dash slash dash, and a few other things. But these are all gonna be fixed before release. But even at this point, it should be pretty evident how this works. Are there also client-side mods or only server-side mods? What do you mean? Any plans for the weight system or armor system? I'm not sure what you mean. In Discord, release tracker channel is dead. Why? I explained this on Discord at some point. Jesus, I need to stop speeding up the camera. I explained this on Discord at some point. Also, is this too loud? Can you hear me fine? Should be okay, right? Yes? So yeah, release tracker wasn't really it was like a little experiment that I did at some point. I thought it would be interesting to have it there. But it wasn't really representative of actual development status, and it also caused a bunch of toxicity. Like people would join in and they were like, "Oh, you know, what's the thing?" And then everybody would start flaming them and talking about the release tracker, so that's why it's gone now. He means if the mods are hosted server side or client side, each client has to download to install them. No, actually, all mods are currently hosted on the server side. The client downloads everything it needs to when you're joining a server. You don't hear in-game sound. Oh, is it too low? Maybe. Camos or player models, are they visible for me? Yeah, like I mean, like I said, custom assets not a thing right now, but when they're finalized, everything will be downloaded automatically from the server as soon as you join in. Is the FOV larger in the spectator mode? It is, but my FOV is also kind of crazy right now. It's like 110. So okay, that's, I shouldn't do that apparently. Noted. VU crashes when you change FOV while spectating. Alright. Is it possible to install client-side only mods like the ones you said about maybe someone will make a custom minimap mod? No. Like I said, all mods right now are server-side. Mostly because uh, allowing you to do stuff client-side only could open the way to all sorts of weird cheats and stuff. That might be revisited in the future when we have a better understanding of what people do with it. But for now, it's all server-side. Reduce minimum players. Sure. Let's do that. Release postponed to 2021 because of FOV bug. Uh, Let me rejoin. Is there gonna be an RP mode? You can make one. I'm not working on one personally, but what exactly VU is more a mod or a platform for modding? It's more of a platform for modding. It's like a framework for modding, I guess. You can kind of compare it to Gary's mod, but that's a bit overzealous, I guess. But it's similar in some respects. Is voice chat working for squads? Not at this time, but adding voice chat support is in the roadmap. Is anybody not driving? Oh, okay. Well, that crashed again. That's how it is. It's fine. Will I maintain the integrity of Battlefield by including a Megalodon in the map triggered by a sequence of events, aka Easter egg? Maybe. Can't have RP without in-game voice. That is true. That is absolutely true. Alright, so, I mean, okay, so now that we're in-game and not in pre-round, you can also see the kills and all that stuff. At the bottom, for example. And the score. Accuracy is not valid right now, but something that we'll probably add. What can you open? Hold on. Can you open up building that we couldn't get into originally? If it's not modeled in the inside, then no. But if it just has a gate in front of it, then yes, you can remove the gate and go inside. Did not BF3 already have voice chat? Only on consoles. I think this is a bit too loud for me now, so... Hold on. Alright. So yeah, this is spectator mode. I think we've seen enough of this, so I'm gonna move to showing... Oh. I'm gonna move to showing the map editor now. Can you create custom custom animations for weapons and/or soldiers and import them into VU? Not at this time, but soon after release. We'll be adding support for custom assets. That includes textures, models, sounds, whatever. Do you think it would be possible to create a free-for-all battle royale-esque server using VU tools? Yes. Are campaign maps playable in multiplayer? Not as is, but using the mod tools, you can port the maps into multiplayer. And I showed this last stream as well, but let me show it again. There is... Hold on, how do I... So on the VU Twitter, We did post an image many, many, many years ago of the single player map Villa thing, Kafarov's Villa or whatever it's called. And this is in multiplayer. Also, the game is in the way. Boop. There you go. How's my furry roleplay mod coming along? You gotta subscribe to my Patreon to find out. How much destructibility can the game server take? What do you mean destructibility? Oh, hold on. Someone's calling me. Sorry guys, 1 second. One second guys, got a courier at the door. I'll be back in 2 minutes. FBI, open up! Okay. Let's show the map editor. Okay, so we will jump. Oh, we can do Bazaar again. Enable the map editor. That was the game that I closed, not the server. Oops. Sorry about this. Why does the kill feed show soldier collision and death instead of roadkill and vehicle names? Because that's broken right now, as with ammo and such. Is the map editor open to the public? Can users make maps and publish them just like Far Cry? Kind of. Not really publish them, but you can... Basically, the map editor, like all the other things, is a server-side mod. So it's something you run on your server, and then you can basically export what you've made and load it up separately or whatever the case may be. All right. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, you can't see the game. What the hell? That's not right. Oh, there it goes. That's weird. Have you lifted the censoring of vehicle types in Archon events? I'm not sure. I don't remember. All right. Oops. I also need to run this. 1 second. This is... Forgot to open a file. There we go. Send me password. I'll send it to you in a bit. Weren't there custom screens for the maps? Custom loading screens. I made a custom loading screen at some point in the past, but then I decided my time is better spent doing other things that are more important, like adding better modding support and such. You can still make a custom loading screen. I believe Reality Mod has its own loading screen. All right. So this is the map editor. Some disclaimers. This is a development build, so some things are not working as they should. Some entities or objects in the game you can't touch right now, and so on and so forth. But I can show you some of the things you can do with it. So, let's say that you look at this place and you're like, oh my God, this is terrible. Why are all these bright lights here? I don't want any of them. You can just select them and you can delete them because, yeah, blinded by the lights. Boop. Delete this one. Oh, I'm. What is this? Oh, this is like one of. So this map has some huge collision boxes, which is what's being selected right now. It's like an invisible collision ceiling, and that's why it's freaking out. Just so you are aware. But yeah, so you can do this. How many flags can you create? If you mean conquest flags, you can add as many as you want. I don't think there's a limit. Is this UI based on CF? Yes, it is. So yeah, you can do that. You can say like, oh, I want there to be a passage here. You can do this, or maybe I don't want this passage to be here. I'll just move it, and now this is open instead of that place. Or maybe what you can do is you can duplicate this and kind of make like a different um, passage through here or something like that. Again, I'm not a map maker or anything like that, so I'm pretty terrible at coming up with things to do, but this should give you an idea of how this works. Can you change destruction state? I don't think you can right now, but I believe it is going to be added. Let me see. Let me read everything else. Is reality mod based on VU, or am I wrong about that? It is based on VU, yes. What about custom models and maps? Custom asset support will come soon after VU has launched or released. How do you add flags in Conquest, also setting out of bounds area? This is not something you can currently do in Map Editor, but it's something you can do via scripting. Oh yeah, you can also do other shit like, oh, fucking annoying ass rain. I don't want this rain, so I'll find the rain. Which is it not called rain? I don't even know what it's called. It's probably called rain, right? I think this is just the lens effect. So, no, it's not the rain. Shower? Maybe? No. I thought it was called rain. Oh, FX. Okay, I didn't have this. Okay. Hurricane rain. That looks about right. Where is that? So that's up in the world here. So if I delete it, hey, no rain. Cool. Is this editor based on the engine? I'm not sure what you mean. Show spawning? Sure. So, let's see, what can we spawn? Let's spawn, I don't want to spawn a weapon. Let's spawn like a wall or something. So, wall something. There's a wall. Which is apparently doesn't have any faces on its left side, which is why it's transparent. But yeah, we can maybe spawn a bus. Bus? City bus. Oh, we can't spawn a city bus. So yeah, that's what I mean. There are some things that don't really work very well right now. It's it mostly has to do with how the engine handles some of the physics data, I guess. So some things, it really doesn't like it when you mess with them. I'm just waiting for it's my server that crashed, by the way. It wasn't the game. We're just gonna wait for it to come back up. There it is. All right. Another thing is I'm gonna send a password right now to Powback, and he can join, and I can show you how this works in multiplayer. Does it have autosave in case you dig in and it crashes after working for a couple of hours? I think so. Pawback is probably a better question, a better person to answer that. Alright, so Pawback, I've sent you the password, so join me in when you can. Or join in on me. Is it possible to change the map while people are playing on the server? You're about to see. Is it possible to get access to a script editor while using the map editor? The plan for the map editor is to allow you to do a bunch of different stuff, including messing with scripting stuff. But at this moment, you cannot. Disable balance. Does it matter? I could just move you in. Hold on. Boop. Move you to... Oh, there we go. You joined in. So, so I'm looking at... I mean, you can look at my screen and see where I am. So I'm not touching anything, and I'm gonna let Powback do some stuff. You see, he's moving the car. Here, I'm actually gonna switch to first person. So, you can mess with it again. Also, this is what I was talking about before. You see this shadow here. This is because of Jesus Christ. What? Okay, so we have a huge ass bus is what appears to be happening. But yeah, this is the pre-baked lighting that you see here. Whoa. Okay. Ah. Oh. Ah. I think Powback's trying to kill me. Oh. Was this here before? Oh, now it's gone. Uh-oh. Oh God. This is like Inception wet dream sort of situation. All the buildings are floating now. What are we doing? But yeah, and while he's doing that, I can also mess with... Oh God, there's a plane now here. Can I jump on it? Can you put it a bit lower? Ugh. Oh God. Oh. A bit higher? Higher, higher? So is the... Ah! Okay, so I think the collision for this thing is just a box because I can't run here. So I think that's what's going on. Oh well. Are more than 64 players per server possible? Yes. VU supports up to 127 players per server. Not that you would want to do that, or it would run very well, but you can, I guess. I saw the GIF where you can shoot vehicles from rifles. Can you do that? I don't have a mod for that right now, but I can make one real quick after I'm done with the showcase. Send password? Sure. Where are you? Where are they? Is this 120 hertz? At this specific server is, yeah, but you won't be able to run 120 player server at 120 hertz. 127 seems oddly specific. Why not 128? It's some engine limitation that I haven't figured out how to overcome yet. It's basically 127 is basically the highest number a single byte can go to, signed byte rather. So there's something somewhere which is preventing more than 127 people to join, but I might be able to figure that out at some point and allow even more players. Can you add vehicle spawns? Yeah, you can. Oh God. Um, what's with these? Oh, I'm still colliding with this thing. Okay. Oh, this is a box collision as well. Oh God. What did you just stretch it out? Can premium maps be built as custom maps for standard players? No, because if you don't have the premium content, then you're not going to be able to join, like, you're not going to be able to see the assets anyway. So we got a spinning crane here, apparently. Can you move non-static vehicles and their spawns? Yes. So about the shadow, when you move the car, how do you fix it? The short answer is you can't. The long answer is it depends, based on what you want to do. You can disable global illumination entirely if that's something you want to do, but that will make some of the things look a bit plain, I guess, or bare. But I guess for now, what you could do is you can just hide it with something else. Can the server be run on a LAN without internet access? You can run on the LAN, but you need internet access. Connecting from a computer on the same network to a server will connect locally, but you still need an active internet connection, and that's because we need that to verify that you have the game. Oh God. Pow back. Or, yeah, you just broke something. Oh, oh. Something's wrong. Let me read up to the rest of the comments. Let's see. How many hertz can you play well on a regular PC at 64 players? I believe with no vehicles, you can have a 64-player 120 hertz server, but it depends on a few different things. It mostly depends on how powerful your processor is. It's very single-threaded, performance-oriented. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see, what else? Do you have a custom map made that shows pure dynamic light scene? Yes, but I can show you what it looks like without... it's not dynamic lighting again, it's just global illumination, which basically means how light refracts and reflects in the shadows that it creates. Like here, for example, you see that it's a bit darker on the bottom because, you know, of global illumination. Or here, for example, you see that, I mean, if I could run, that'd be great, but here you can see that these things are creating shadows under them, again, because even though there's no direct light on them, because they're already under a shadow, it darkens because of the illumination. What? What is this? A mod? Yes, this is a mod for Battlefield 3. It's rather a modding framework for Battlefield 3, but yes. It looks like screen space ambient occlusion. It's not ambient occlusion. You can also disable ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion you can kind of tell by the artifacts here. I don't know if you can see them, but like if you look down here, you can see the artifacts, and that's probably because I'm running at low settings. Actually, no, I'm not. Oh well. Screen space reflections? This game does not have screen space reflections. Other than using the internet to verify licenses, can the rest be run locally? Do clients need to do anything different when connecting, or does it appear in the server browser? It appears in the server browser, and like I said, when you connect, it'll connect to the local IP instead of going through the internet. Okay, this is like some nightmare scene here. This is like some Silent Hill type of shit. I don't know what's going on. Can you access hidden content in the game? I've seen Powback posting a shooting range beta on Twitter. Yes, but many of the things that were cut from the game don't exist in the game anymore. The shooting range is an exception. It exists to a pretty significant degree. But yes, you can go through all the things and see if there's anything that's not being used. Disable auto balance. God damn it! I'll move you, okay? I don't want to disable auto balance. That's too much, too time consuming. Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm gonna switch to this as well and kind of mess with stuff. So, like I said, even though Powback is currently editing stuff, I can do the same thing as well. So I can, like I can pick this thing and move it around and so on and so forth. So this is all multiplayer. What did I just select? Oh, a building. So yeah, I can do like, what is it? I can make it, okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but I can make it, let's say wider, or can you stop? Are you moving this stuff? I'm moving at the same time I'm moving it. Is that what's going on here? I think that's what they're doing. Is EA, will EA accept the mod or will they bother you? I have no idea. If you know anybody at EA, feel free to ask them and let me know. Would it be possible to put Battlefield 2 and or Battlefield 4 maps in it? Um, Maybe with some effort. When we release the content authoring tools, it should be possible, theoretically. It supports collab map making, yes. But this is what you're seeing right now. It's not really map making, it's more like, Jesus Christ. It's more like nightmare creation, but yes. Can custom map assets be created? Not at this time, but shortly after release. Will you be able to use assets from other Frostbite titles? Not as it stands, because things have changed between Frostbite revisions. But if you can convert between them, then sure, yeah. What is this? What the hell is this? What the? What? Okay. What? Can you bake the lighting again? No, unfortunately we can't, because that's using a proprietary global illumination engine, which we do not have access to. What CPU, GPU can you run this on? It should mostly run on anything that can run vanilla Battlefield 3. Obviously, at higher tick rates like 60 and 120 hertz, the requirements raise a bit, and also some mods can cause performance degradations when they do a bunch of stuff. So it really depends on what you're trying to play, I guess. Is this an air conditioning unit? That's what it looks like. It's kind of warped and sideways, and oh, now it's back to normal. I know that Medal of Honor Warfighter uses Frostbite 2. Can you import content from that game into VU? Maybe. I haven't tried, but theoretically it should be possible. Any workarounds to rebake lighting? Unfortunately not. Like I said before, you can, Jesus, what just happened? You can disable global illumination, and that'll make things look a bit more bland, but it still looks fine, honestly. So, okay, let me show you something else. Since we're here. So this was, fun and games, playing around, moving shit, creating a nightmare. How much can I squeeze server-wise from an i5 3570? If you've been running a server on that, maybe you can run like a 60-player server at 30 hertz? You should be able to. Okay, so let's do this and switch this with that. And I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just starting up my server with some different configuration. And play at the same time too. Maybe? Is it possible to make single player maps and possibly and also new co-op maps? Uh, VU doesn't let you play single player or co-op. It's only multiplayer. But you could limit your server to one player, host it locally, and join it, I guess. Alright. Join back in, password's the same. What about 9700K? Yeah, 9700K should be pretty good for high refresh rate and high player counts. I haven't really measured anything. I know that Rodney, um, one of our community members, did some measurements back in the day, like a few years ago. So, yeah, let me send the password to a couple more people. Alright. Threadripper? The Threadripper is probably not going to work very well because it's single-threaded performance that counts. Because this game, especially the server, is heavily single-threaded. Oh, disable out of bounds. Oops. Alright. So, this is a map that's been made already. It's floating above this map. And, one second. It's floating above this map, and it might look familiar to some of you. So, yeah, I don't know if this reminds you of anything. It's not finished, but maybe it's reminiscent of something. It's not finished yet, but a VU story. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so for example, there's this thing here, for some reason. How do you save, load, share the maps you make? Right now, this is hard-coded into the specific version of map editor that I'm using, just for demonstration purposes. But normally what the map editor does is that it exports basically some code that you can then put in a file and load it separately, standalone, without the map editor. So someone's adding buildings over there from what you can see. Those weren't there before. So someone's actually editing maps right now. Probably Powback, judging as how he's standing still. That's a big-ass silencer. Holy shit. And we can do the same. So, like, you know, I can go in here, which is not very good. So what I can do is I can enable the map editor. I can fly here. I can select this thing and delete it. And then I can select this thing and copy paste it. And then kind of put it there. Rotate it. That's the wrong way. There we go. And move it here. That's not quite right. Maybe there and there. And now you can't go in. Is this your full-time thing? Does VU accept community donations? This looks like a lot of work. It's not a full-time thing, no. I do this mostly on my free time. And no, we do not currently accept donations. And even if we did, it would go towards tournaments or modding competitions or anything like that. I personally have no interest in making a profit from VU. Let me read up a bit. Can you emulate BF2 single player conquest maps without bots? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like the missions? Can a plugin edit a map like that to create some death run modes? You mean on the fly, editing the map? Yeah. Again, there are some caveats, um, which may or may not be resolved in the future. So like, for these things right now, destruction doesn't work because they were created on the fly. And when I say created on the fly, right now, like I said, this was loaded in because it's hard-coded, but it would be the same thing if I went here and I copy-pasted this into here. This does not have destruction right now. So there are some caveats like that, but those might be resolved. But for a death run type thing, you don't really need destruction, so I guess it could work pretty well. Battlefield 2 was basically multiplayer, had bots instead of players. Can you do this kind of thing in VU? You can have bots, but they don't have any logic. Maybe on single player maps they would work, because single player maps have a nav mesh, but I haven't tried that. Destruction will work when properly loading custom objects. Yeah, I mean, it'll work when you're loading the map properly instead of the way we're doing it right now. It's just the map editor created things like at the time of creation they don't have destruction, but when you export from the map editor and then you load it as an actual map to play, then destruction and all that will work just fine. Can we create a custom nav mesh? No. Again, same with global illumination. Uses some proprietary nav thing. I don't even remember what it's called at this point. And we don't have that. Nav power, thank you. That's what it's called. Jesus. Can we create a custom nav mesh? Maybe. I guess the hackiest way I can think of doing that would be to kind of capture the whole map as a solid model and then make a tool to generate a nav mesh for it and then use it for navigation. But again, it's not something that we provide right now. Is chat working in game? Yeah. Sure. Alright, what else can we show? Do you have some totally blank map to start editing from? Right now, all maps, even custom maps, have to maintain the terrain of another map, because right now we can't edit the terrain in game. But we will provide a way to kind of clean out an entire map so you can mess with stuff. Whether on the fly, I'll show you something for that in a bit. Can you fix some bugs on a map and make it the default for everyone, or will the maps always be the vanilla default? VU by itself doesn't change anything on the vanilla maps, but you can fix maps and then kind of sideload them on your server as a mod. And if we see that, you know, like we make a general fixes project and stuff like that, we will maybe bundle it with VU by default. We'll see how it goes. Can you backport features from beta or alpha into VU? It depends on the features. For assets, when asset creation is released, yes, for the most part. Some other things are just parameters that have been tweaked and you can already mess with them. I know you can't edit the terrain, but can you remove it entirely? I don't think so. I don't think you can. You can? Okay. Because I remember I tried it at some point and it really didn't like it. But apparently you can, so yeah. Can you change the skybox? You can mess with it a bit, but you can't change the texture right now because that's a custom asset, so that means you won't be able to until we have support for custom assets. You can just open Zeba Tower, which doesn't have any terrain. Yeah, I guess, but again, this also means that I mean, it doesn't mean that you're limited to assets that are in Zeba Tower, but like I said before, if you need more assets, you need to load more maps in, and the more maps you load, the more memory the game takes, so there's a limit to how many things you can load in. So it's probably better to load the map that you want, even if it has a terrain that you don't want, and then build the map in the sky, instead of loading a map that you don't need, and then doing that. I need some water. I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright. How much memory does it take until the game crashes? About 4 gigabytes, because this is a 32-bit game, so you're limited by that. Can we expect on a first release this year? Yes, VU will be released this year. Is it possible to reuse, recreate A10 airstrikes from campaign? A10 airstrikes? What was that? I don't even remember that, most of the campaign. But I'd say yes, probably. 32-bit game? Yeah, I mean, keep in mind that this was released in what, 2011? Yeah. Will Rime allow us to make custom campaign content for BF3? As I said before, VU doesn't support single player or co-op right now, it's just multiplayer. But you can... What the hell? But you can make like a local server and play with that. Did you hear a donkey? Yes, I think the ambience of this map has donkeys in the background. 32-bit is a big bottleneck for mods. Yeah, I know it is, but unfortunately not much we can do about that. What the hell? Okay. Can I jump on them and fly like I do in CSGO? Bye, full. Alright, let's try a couple more things. Or let's show you a couple more things. So, this was Map Editor. It's coming along very nicely, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you, Powback and Fullhen, for working on it non-stop for the past few days for this demonstration. Let's see. Is it possible to create prop hunt? Well, well. Do I have the thing just for you? Let's see. Let me make sure I close the server this time. Is this a server? Yes. Thanks, Sixel. Alright. Let's start it back up. Wait, that's not right. Did I not save? Oh, I did not save. Okay. Improved tick rates really improve the overall experience of the game, or is it like, is it still like the BF3 that we know? It's definitely a significant improvement. Um, there, like you can feel it, especially when you're moving and you're doing sharp movement. Even that you can feel that it's like a lot smoother in high tick rate. And you know The hit registration and all that, it's a lot more responsive. I think I released a video at some point. It's like a test of latency between normal tick rate and 120 hertz when shooting someone, and it's like it's very different. All right, so let's show you this. So someone asked a few minutes ago whether it's possible to create something like prop hunt, which it is. Yeah. So you can do fun stuff like this for sure. This is still a work in progress. Again, as with everything, there's no, like you saw, I just typed something in chat and then I pressed on a thing and I'm now this thing and whatever. There's no hiding or seeking or any of that implemented yet. But it's here and it works, and Powback's now a chair. What about Trouble in Terrorist Town? You can do Trouble in Terrorist Town. The problem is that it works like the way that TTT works best is with voice chat, and since we don't have voice chat yet, it probably wouldn't work very well. But that doesn't mean you can't make it. You can. Can I kill him? So this is gonna be very scuffed, but so right now I'm still both a prop and a player, but wait, where are you? Okay, well, there you go. I can't kill him. It crashes. See? Like I said, things are work in progress, but we're getting there. Yeah. Can we create Chrome Chromium builds? Can we create a voice chat with the Chrome Chromium build in VU? Maybe, but there is a plan to actually add voice chat natively in VU, which is something I'll probably be doing after release. Can you enable rain with wet surfaces here? I don't know. I think this map specifically doesn't have any rain effects. Also, the reason I'm dying is because this is prop hunt when I'm shooting. But if you can load in, let's say, Grand Bazaar and then use the rain effect from that, that could work. Our game bugs got fixed, like climbing that doesn't always work. No, we don't address any of the game bugs right now, but there is a community project for fixing game bugs. How is Reality Mod going? I can't speak about that, but from what I know, it's going pretty well. Why does your weapon doesn't have iron sights? It's because iron sights are an attachment. It's like a default attachment, and right now in prop hunt, when I'm spawning the player, I spawn him with a weapon with no attachments, so that's why it doesn't have iron sights. It won't be like this when you're actually playing. So you're forced to add maps if you want props. Can you just search them in a list? No, because the way that the game works and the way that it loads in data means that you can't just load, like one model that's used in Zeba Tower into Operation Firestorm or whatever. You have to load the entire map because of the way it's been optimized for loading data, mostly on consoles. But with Map Editor, you will be able to automatically not bind, you will be able to automatically load other maps in and kind of search for the props you want through the Map Editor interface. But like I said, you still have to load the entire map in. So yeah, prop hunt is a thing. Coming soon, TM. Chair. And you can also do stuff like, look around and whatever. Maybe computer monitor. Can I show the net graph? What is it? Render Is there a net graph on this version of the engine? There's the performance overlay, but that's just CPU and GPU timings. What's the collision size on being a prop? It's just the collision of the prop itself. So like, you know. Load bazaar, take the rain, unload bazaar. No, you have to have it loaded, unfortunately. What features does map editor lack besides custom assets and terrain editing? There's a couple of things that are in progress, like saving and loading maps is currently being reworked. There's a couple of the other things, like modifying assets that have pre-baked collisions, which is many of the assets in many maps. But all those are being fixed as we speak. Is it possible to add AI to pilot vehicles and provide support? Yes-ish. AI itself is, as I said before, dumb. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't know how to do anything, but you can fully control bots through mods, so you can do that yourself. Can we load some old map of BF2? No, unfortunately not. Is there a way to upload vehicles and soldiers mods? If you mean custom models for vehicles and soldiers, not at this time. We will add support for custom assets shortly after release. Okay, let's see. What else can we show? What else can we show? What else did I prepare? Okay. Yes, I'll show this, which is pretty silly, but you might like it. Okay. That was the game that I closed again instead of the server. God damn it, I keep doing this. Other workaround would be to load all maps, but removing all assets from there. No. Like I said, again, you have to load pretty much everything for now. Can you use co-op maps? Yes, but they don't work as is. You have to kind of mess with them to make them work in multiplayer. But you know, you can, like I said, you can stream stuff in. Oh, and my game is black again. God damn it. OBS, please. No, Danny, I can't load maps right now. Like I said before, Dust was just hard coded in there. There we go. Can you add attachments on the fly? I am not. I mean, you can change soldier's loadout on the fly, but that kind of brings the weapon down and brings it back up. So if you mean like while you're shooting, then probably no. Um, yeah. All right. So this is something that's very scuffed and very jank, but I wanted to show it to you anyway because I thought it was pretty funny. Disable sun flare. Eesh, maybe. So, yeah. Wait, 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 wait. I didn't load the right thing. God damn it! Forgot about this. Is it possible to create custom maps full of assets and then use those custom maps as basement for proper custom maps, maybe? Yeah. When we release custom authoring, then you'll be able to do that. You'll be like it wouldn't even be a map, it'll just be a bundle of content you can use on whatever you want. How close is Venice Unleashed to release? It's pretty close. We're getting there. All right, let's try this again. Hold on, I missed a couple of messages. Let's see. Can you add attachments on the fly? Disable Sunflare. Really impressed with what you've done, mates. Frostbite engine is locked up, and your mod support project does bring a lot of life into Battlefield 3. Thank you, appreciate it. Alright, let's try this again. This time with 100% more functionality. Um, Again, fair warning. This is scuffed. So, yeah. That's... Yeah. That's not what I... What? That's not how that works. Something's wrong. Am I pressing the wrong button? Yes, I am. There we go. There we go, boys. Now we're building. Now we're building. Yes! Quick, do the Fortnite dance thing. Build around the block and... Yeah. Keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's it. There we go. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. So that's it. I just wanted to show it to you. It's just a fun little experiment that Jansen did. So yeah, I hope this didn't give you too much cancer, but yeah. Battle recorder. I don't have it. If you spawn 1,000 objects, will the engine load unload them based on your position? Or do you have to manage it yourself? The engine is handling most of that. Like demos, replays. It's not exactly that. It's just a proof of concept that Powback did, and I'll probably expand upon for some very basic game replay. Alright. How many objects can you place before crash? Too many, yeah. I mean, your game will start getting slower and slower and slower, but it won't crash for a while. Alright, let's see. How do I... What about playing cutscenes? What do you mean? Playing cutscenes? QuickTime events? Oh, BC2 endings. Yeah, you can do that. You can just lock the camera in place and then kind of do a pre-recorded sequence of events. Okay, load this up. When did development of VU start? Oof, a long time ago. Probably around late 2013 is when it really started going. Before that, it was just mostly experiments and ideas. Can you put totally new modes too? I mean, yeah, you saw the prop hunt thing. That's basically like a custom game mode. Server. Where are you, server? Would it be possible to make new maps from scratch without loading any other made maps? Not at this time, but when we add support for custom assets after release, you will be able to do that. But, okay. Let me launch this again. Could you have a moving conquest flag? Like, what if you put a flag on top of an AC-130? I'm pretty sure you can do that, yeah. I haven't personally tried it, but oh, that's Damavand. Why did I load Damavand? Hold on. How does VU sustain economically wise? I pay for it out of pocket. If you mean like for the servers and such. Can I ban anime assets? I'll think about it. It's an open beta coming soon. No. But VU will release at some point this year. Can't give an estimate at this time. Alright. In the future, will people pay for their own servers? No, you can host the server on your PC or whatever, wherever you want. Alright. Um, 1 second, because I'm not entirely sure how to use this. You just type record. Is that how it works? Console? Oh. Okay. Snake. 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 Alright. So, stop. And then play? What? Something is... Oh, it's not updated for the GUID changes. I'll fix it. 1 second. Okay. Alright. That should be a pretty easy fix. Do we have that anywhere else? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's try this again. Close the server. Start it up again. Is it possible to have a scope with custom zoom? Yes. Is this what you saw in the leak channel? Yes, it is. You'll see it in real time in a second. Is the editor resource intensive? Do you need a big PC? It is resource intensive, but it shouldn't be too hard on it. It's mostly CPU bound. Can you bring a weapon from campaign to multiplayer like the Barrett M82? Yes, you can. Alright, what was I doing? Yeah. Record. Ah, god damn it. This needs updating too. 1 second. Entry input flag. Entry input flags. Plural. Start it up again. Can the server run headless? Yes, it can. You can also run it on Linux under Wine. It's a nice server name. Nine 9900 KS with 127 players and 120 hertz? Maybe. Oh, since we're in Zeba, and since I've seen some people ask, so this is what the game looks like by default, okay? This is with color correction and all that. And this is what it looks without it. Yeah. What the hell? Did I not save again? No, I did not. Need to press Control S sometimes. It helps with saving files. But yeah, like this map is one of the more extreme examples where everything is super saturated and sharp. Wake Island is also nuts. I can show that to you after. Personally, I enjoy most of the maps without the color correction. There are some people who like it with color correction, but for me this is a bit like too much. It's too sharp, it's too bright, it's very unnatural, I guess. The lighting is very unnatural, is what it looks like to me compared to having it like this. This is a bit more warm, you know, like the sun is going down. It makes more sense visually, but to each their own. Alright, let's try this one more time. This time with maybe it working. Alright, seems fine. So I'll go around, shoot a couple things. Maybe switch weapons, shoot that. Maybe switch weapons again, and maybe go prone and do the snake around here. And do this and crouch and look at the sky and then throw a nade and then stop. Okay, let's see if this worked. I'm gonna stand somewhere so I don't get in the way, and we'll do play. There we go. Okay, so he doesn't prone, looks like, which is fine. Like I said, this is a proof of concept. It's nothing too crazy. It's just super basic. But I do plan to flesh it out a bit. But for some reason, both me and Palback thought about this at the same time, and he did it first. So I'll probably do it a bit more. I just cloned myself? Yeah, pretty much. This is a host body of me. Okay. Maybe record again, or I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Anyway, you get the idea. Do you think you could also record world state? Not world state per se, but there are some thoughts on how to make this work. Alright, what else? I think I have one more thing I can show you. And then I'll go back to making the zombie mod. Alright, yeah. This thing. So, I'm not sure how well it's gonna work on Zeba, but we can try it. Face reveal? No. Can I show you how to import assets? You can't do that right now, so I can't show it to you. I mean, I could, but what I show you might not be what's final. So, this is like the old cinematic tools. They'll probably get a revamp sometime soon. But basically with this, you can start messing with what the game looks like. So you can do, for example, you can change where the sun is at. Be like, hey, whatever. You can change how bright it is. Or you can make it, well, you can't see it right now, but you can, hold on, let me try something else. So if I reduce the brightness a bit, and I also disable enlighten so we don't have this shit. Let's see, what can we do? So now I made the sun blue, which is a bit odd looking, but I can change it and make it not blue. And now it's like darkish green. So maybe we'll do, let's see, we'll reduce the specular scale a bit. Where is it? There we go, that's better. And we'll make the sun a bit less bright. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the sun. Because, first of all, I need to put it down. And we'll do maybe... No, not that. Reduce this a bit so we have less reflections. We're gonna remove the sun flare. Good. I mean, these shadow, like this mist over there is still gonna be white because that's how it's baked. But we can make the rest look a bit nicer. So we will maybe, let's see, reduce this a bit more so the sky is a bit darker. And then bring this down. Wait, why is it still so bright out here? Can I remove this mist? Yeah, if I had map editor loaded right now, I could go in and remove it, but I don't. And it's fine. It's fine for demonstration purposes. What is this thing? It's like something. I know what it, I know I've done this before. Is the color correction messing with it? No, it's the sun. Because there's shadows. But did I not disable enlighten? No, I did. So yeah, this is the difference between, I mean, you can't really see it now, but these are all baked. This is baked global illumination. Let's see. Oh, is it this? No. Specular scale? No. Sun color. There we go. Bring it down. And then it looks okay, I guess. It's like moonlit dark-ish. Interiors are pretty dark because these lights don't cast much light, but yeah, you get the idea. With some more tweaking and messing around with stuff. Like, these don't even emit light. These are just, you know, like that. I mean, this one does, apparently, but the rest don't. But yeah, with some tweaking and messing, you can kind of change things around. Make them look decent. I can try a different map that works a bit better with this. Maybe, let's see. Can I increase the spread of the flashlight? I can, but I need to load a different mod for that. Let's try it on golf, for which it works pretty well. All right. That's not what I wanted to do. So this is Gulf of Oman. Color correction is on. I'm actually gonna turn that off real quick because I don't want it. This looks a bit more flat, but that's because it has like a greenish tint, which we can fix. So greenish tint is now removed. But what I want to do is I want to make it dark. And to do that, I'm going to do a couple different things. Similar to what I did before, I'm going to reduce the brightness of the sky. Make it kind of dark, but not really. I'm going to reduce the scale of the sun. Actually, where is the sun? Okay, that's fantastic. Great. I love this. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so that's the sun flare gone. We'll make the sky a bit darker. Maybe like here. We'll make the sun a bit dimmer. Make it a bit bigger. Kind of make it like a moon maybe. Like on a cloudy night. Then we will bring this down. And then we will make it darker. Darker, 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 and darker. Let's see. So now we're getting pretty dark. We're not dark enough yet because I need to change. What is it? It's one of these things. Oh, I need to disable Enlighten, which is the pre-baked global illumination. So now we're a bit more dark. We're gonna make things even darker. No, that's Enlighten. Why am I changing this? Darker, 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 darker. There we go. There we go. This is... we'll set it to like 0.02. Buildings are still fairly bright. Yeah, I'll fix that. Wait a second. So, still darker. Let's see, what else can we do? Maybe do... This is fine. What was it? I keep forgetting what it's called. Specular highlights off. Reduce the brightness just a bit more. Actually, no, this is fine. This is fine. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's dark-ish now. You can mess with all these things and make it even darker. You can, like maybe add some fog in the background. Where is it? Fog. Come to me, fog. Fog. Oh, I see it. It's just pretty far. There it is. Okay. It's pretty dark as well. So like, we'll do, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. Um, Maybe we'll add cinematic depth of field, because why not? And do like, I don't know, focus distance, bring it up here, because yeah, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. And you can also mess with other stuff. So let me turn off the depth of field, because that's terrible. You can also mess with the wind, for example. You can change, the direction of the wind. You can also make it, I was gonna say a lot more vicious, but looks like I've broken something and I can't set it to more than 2. But maybe I'll just tone it down entirely, at which point the trees are not moving at all. And there's a bunch of other stuff you can change. You can also mess with color correction and make everything blue or whatever. Get the real experience of Battlefield 3 and like oversaturate everything, because why not? And so on and so forth. So yeah. Wouldn't it be better to have some sliders on a log scale? Maybe. Like I said, this is just a very old thing, um, that has been updated in several years, so it's not ideal. Map editor will have a proper visual environment editor, which will work better than this. So yeah. Do these settings apply for all players in real time? Yes, they do. Do insane wind again? I can't do it right now because it's set to, it's like the max is 2. And it's a bit borked. It's fine. It's whatever. Why are all flags capped already? This is probably Conquest Assault. Alright, yeah. So I think this concludes the showcase. This is pretty much everything I had to show for today. If you want to stick around, I'll be working on my zombie mod, which is basically a zombie mod for VU that I've been working on since last stream. So I'll be continuing that. If not, then thank you all for coming and watching. I really appreciate all of you being here. And thanks for sticking with us for so long. Would I compare the possibilities of Frostbite to Refractor 2? I don't have much experience with Refractor engines, so I can't tell you for sure. But yeah, stay tuned on the Discord is what I'm gonna say. This is the place where you can get the most up-to-date information right now. And yeah, looking forward to actually getting this out the door later this year. And when I say later this year, I don't mean in game terms, late 2020 Q4. I mean when it's done, later this year. But yeah. VU 2030. VU 2222. Alright, let me update my scenes a bit. I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna do this here. Put this here. This doesn't work. This is here. Boop, boop. This is... Oh, there we go. Am I a game dev IRL? No, I'm not. No, pal. It's because I made a change to the sliders because I wanted some more granularity on some things, and I changed the limits, so that's why it's there. It goes pretty wild if you set it to more than two. I'd have to modify it and go back in, and it's fine. Is it possible to implement different weathers like Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5? Yeah, I don't see why not. Put some lo-fi music? No. That's what the setter was for, shaking my head. No, I know about the setter, that's not what I mean. Commit my shit? I have been. This is just because I drag and dropped a bunch of mods for this demonstration, so don't worry about it. No problem, Sanya. Alright, so as I said, I'm gonna be moving on with my zombie mod thing, which is here. So the rest of the stream is just gonna be me contemplating life and wondering what I'm fucking up while writing code. Again, if you don't want to stick around, feel free to just hop out. I really appreciate everyone for being here for as long as they have and for watching for as long as they have. So thank you. If you have any more questions about VU or life in general, I'm still here so I can answer them. And that's it. No git lints, shaking my head. I don't use Visual Studio Code. It's fine. I just use this for this. And even then I was like, whatever. It's the bane of my existence. To a showcase. Any tips on finding the G spot? Hey man, you either got it or you don't. Okay. Which map? This map. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Depends. Pineapple on pizza can be fine as long as the rest of the ingredients accompanying it makes sense. Like it can really give this sweet and sour taste that's pretty nice, typical of pineapple. But just adding pineapple on any kind of pizza is a big no-no, obviously. What am I working with the zombie mod? Oh, actually, let me update my title and that shit. Creating a zombie mod for VU. Exclamation mark. Incredible. Okay. Zombie mod. Basically, I'm making like a classic zombie mod, like infection mod, where you start, like everybody starts as humans, then one person gets infected randomly, and then they have to kill other people to infect them, and the humans have to survive for a specific period of time to win the game. If I could pick only one programming language to stick with, which would it be? Yikes. I don't know. The thing is, Mm. The thing with programming languages is that, you know, every language has its own purpose in a way. Like it's best used for a specific set of tasks. So just picking one for everything is just, I don't know. It's not something I would do, even if I had the choice. Tomato isn't a fruit. Tomato's a vegetable. You're partial to Java compiled to WASM. Fuck off, Rodney. All right. Um, cats or dogs? No. Cucumber on pizza? I don't know about that, bro. Lol code? Oh god. Yeah, pick brainfuck as my main language. Alright, I don't even remember what I was doing last time, to be honest. But I did do some changes. So I'm using a different map now because it looks really good on night mode. And I also don't have to sideload shit into it. Or too much shit into it. What's my opinion of Frostbite as a game engine? It's okay. Um, they've made some very interesting choices for a lot of the subsystems, which they make sense in some respects, but in other respects they just make the engine very hard to work with, and it's also the reason that big studios like BioWare and whatever have been having issues with it. And the problem is that now that DICE is no longer DICE as it used to be, most of the talent that was there that created Frostbite has left. It's very hard for them to actually deal with all the code that's there and all the systems that are there, that people don't understand how they work because of how complex they are. In many cases, unnecessarily complex. I don't know. It's, you know, it's a double-edged sword. Oh yeah, so I think I have a thing for this. I have some pre-made night mode parameters, maybe. Is that why Respawn choose Source over Frostbite? No, Respawn choose Source because that was the closest thing there was to idtech, which was the Infinity Ward, not idtech, idtech. Okay, so Infinity Ward back when Respawn was Infinity Ward rather. Call of Duty, the Call of Duty engine, the Infinity Ward engine, was based on idtech, which is basically the Quake engine, idtech 3 to be more precise. And since Source and Quake engines are very similar, that's why they chose the Source engine because that was the thing that they were most comfortable with, or that was closest to what they were already using. That's why. And also, like, you look at Respawn and you see, for example, Jedi, whatever it was called, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or whatever. Um, and that's in Unreal Engine 4, right? It's not even in Source Engine. And the reason that's in Unreal Engine 4 is because, and again, this is a guess, but um, what I would guess is that the reason it's in Unreal Engine 4 is because they needed to get a bunch of people who knew how to use it, who were comfortable with Unreal Engine 4 to increase their team size to be able to make this game as fast as they did, which is hard to do when you're getting people in that have no idea how your tools or technology works, like Frostbite or Source. I mean, for Source it could be different, but again, the respawn engine is a lot different from Source now. With the cumulative time put into VU, couldn't you have rewritten the game? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not very good with the rendering tech. When am I shipping your index controllers? I don't know. I'll call some couriers tomorrow. Am I considering working on game dev in the future if I had a good offer? Maybe. I don't know if I want to work for a big studio or anything like that. That seems something I would want to. I don't know. Like I want to have some freedom, right? Like some creative freedom, and that's kind of hard to do in environments like these. Can you control the earthquake? Yeah, you can. It's just a screen shake effect that you can just mess with. VS Code font name. This is, I believe, JetBrains Mono. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, this thing. Alright. What did I want to do? I don't care about this. Penis Unleashed, best name. I mean, we still have time to rename it. Maybe. You can tell what's that? What do you mean? It's censored? What's censored? Can you make custom Levolution? Kinda. Levolution is just pre-baked animations um, playing over, but um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Why was there an earthquake in game? It's this map, it's Epicenter. It has random earthquakes at times. Yes, it's Epicenter, Frank. Can we have the tower at Caspian player destructible instead of the trigger at round end? Was it trigger in Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4? I don't even remember.  'Cause, 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 Right, when the ticket count goes down to something. But I thought that was 4 for some reason. Hmm. But yeah, you can do it whenever you want. What would be the condition for a hosting company to host VU servers? From our side, nothing really. Just gotta buy the game a bunch of times and have the machines to run it. Can I override the music like near the end of the round and on the scoreboard screen? Yeah, you can write a mod to disable that. A two-core server would be bad to run a VU server, right? Uh, yeah, you want single-threaded performance first and foremost. Two cores might be fine, but I don't know of any two-core CPU that has decent like single-threaded performance. And obviously you need to reserve some resources for the system itself. EC2 instances, I don't know if that's a great idea because the problem with VMs on the cloud is that you don't really have a guarantee on what performance you're gonna get because the same hardware is shared by God knows how many people, which means that even though they say high CPU, usually that's high CPU for multi-threaded workloads. Because they can't guarantee that a single core will be always available for your VM. I would personally go with like a bare metal server. You can also go for their dedicated instances, but cloud services and dedicated instances equals money, 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 money. All right, let's try this. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay, that was not nice. You do share RAM and stuff, but the cores are dedicated. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy a dedicated instance, might as well just buy like a. I mean, if you're gonna buy like a dedicated resources instance, might as well just buy a dedicated server or rent a dedicated server instead. Because yes, it will be cheaper, and you're gonna have guaranteed performance. Sure, it's not gonna be as easily manageable as it is on the cloud, but eh, is it really that different? It's not like you'll need to provision it on the fly or anything like that. Why is this thing not catching my game? we go. Alright. Yeah, so I made like a night mod for this map, which I can show you. It's pretty dark, so it's gonna look like shit on stream, but that's the idea. And also the flashlight is pretty bright, like it's brighter now, a bit bigger. There are still some buildings in the back that have like this weird, I don't know, reflection, I guess. So I might remove these. Like back there, it's very obvious. So I'll probably just remove these since you can't see them anyway back there. But yeah, I chose this map because it has a lot of nice light sources here. So like you have, you know, hotel signs, you have these lights back there. You have, you have like place here that's on fire. You have this this market area here, which again has some nice lighting. It's like I really like the ambience here. This hotel sign over there. What's in my to-do list? So today I'm gonna be working on mostly on game logic. So that means spawning, dying, and that shit. So what happens, you know, when switching from zombie to human or so on and so forth. There's also this shit there, like this mist, which I need to remove because it's baked to have this material that's a bit bright. But yeah, in general, very happy with this map, and the earthquakes also make it very nice. You get some earthquakes from now and then that make it pretty cool for like a zombie situation. And it also has these little places. Where is it? I wish I could see when running, but so it has these little places that have like these canisters, which you can just explode, and then it opens up like an underground pathway. And I think that would work pretty well with a game mode like this. So I think this is a nice map choice. And you also have the aftermath models, which are bloody and all that and scuffed. Would it be better to do an in-game mod for admin commands or using Procon? I'd say a mod would be better because it gives you more flexibility on what you can do. You can still do it through Procon. Oh, there goes the earthquake. Yeah. Will SP maps work in multiplayer with some changes? Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on. Someone also asked what my favorite Battlefield game is. I don't think I have a favorite Battlefield game. To me, most of them are pretty different. I really enjoy 2142 because it has some very interesting ideas. But yeah, my favorite feature in VU, I don't know. Maybe the fact that VU exists to begin with. Alright, so I'm gonna disable the dark mode now. Um, so you guys can see what the hell is going on. And I'll go to working on uh logic for the mode. God damn it. See, this is what happens. Alright, I need some more water. I'll be back. Alright. We're back. Okay, so will there be another way for us to join the beta before launch, and do I have an ETA? I was thinking about doing like a call for modders or something like that, so people who are interested in making mods for VU would get early access. But I haven't decided on that yet. And no ETA. Just this year. Best I can give you. So, does this work still? Yeah. I don't think I like the fog though. I think it's too much now. Okay. We'll just remove the fog, because it'll be pretty difficult. I'll just, here. That's better. I mean, it's gonna look different at night, I guess. So maybe it works at night. I don't know, we'll find out. So yeah, so for anyone who didn't watch the previous stream, I'm working on a zombie mod. Pretty straightforward. You spawn as human, someone gets infected, they have to kill other people to make them zombies. If zombies kill everyone, they win. If the people survive in a given time span, the humans win. And last time I made zombie vision, which is what you see right now. And what else did I do? I did like some damage stuff, which I think I changed. So basically, the damage scaling, the more zombies there are, the more damage they should take, and so on and so forth. I did some basic spawning, which I'm gonna probably redo now. And now what I'm doing is I'm experimenting with some bot stuff, which I could show you. It's pretty jank, but this is gonna get stuck here because of that. Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna break this. So yeah, I'm working on basically what I want to do is for the this is too loud. Hold on. For the end of the game mode, I want to make it so a chopper comes to a location on the map, and then the humans have to go to it to kind of like extract, kind of hold until the chopper shows up and then extract. And basically, in order to do that, I have to spawn a chopper, I have to put a bot in it, and then I have to make it go around a predetermined path. I'm not gonna do this right now because I want to do the game mode logic first, but just giving you an idea of what I'm trying to do. I think would be pretty cool. And I also did some flare stuff, so I can spawn flares on the ground like that. So it's like, hey, there's like a couple of flares where the landing zone is, and then you're gonna have to go and find the thing. And get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Come on! What are you doing? Okay, you get the idea. But yeah, for now, I am gonna work on spawning people, giving them the right loadout. So zombies should only have a knife, humans should have... I don't know what I'm gonna give them. Maybe I'll give randomly an M4, and to some people I'll give an LMG or something. Did I make this map? No, this is an Aftermath DLC map. More specifically, Epicenter. Can I show the flare mesh? It's just a smoke grenade or something. It's very low poly. Yeah. Yeah, but it's like a cube. How is that perfect? Looks like shit. Imagine holding that in your hand. It's like holding a log of wood. It even looks like wood from the top. Look at this. Third person? Yeah, I guess third person could work. Alright. Um, yeah, let's start with some spawning. Um, so I wrote some code for that not yesterday, last week. Um, spawning, where you basically spawn someone as a zombie. Yeah. So I don't want this. I might want to do this differently. This I don't even remember what it is, but I'll remove it for now. This does not work, so that's fine. We'll move this to the bottom, so it's closer to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so basically what this does is that it makes it so a character has a specific appearance. Um, if they're not already alive, then it spawns them, and then it gives them a specific weapon. So it forces them to... It removes all their weapons and it forces them to weapon 5, which is the knife. Uh, there is a small issue, but yeah, I don't know. Basically, when you spawn someone, so I'm gonna add some spawning code. I'm just gonna steal some code from my bot mod. And we're gonna... Actually, I don't need to steal this code. I'll just hard code it. So we'll do... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we'll do this. So let's say bot. We'll do... Hello? Did I not copy? Weird. So we'll just have one bot for now. Minimize the game. Oh shit, you're right. My bad. Terrible streamer. Terrible streamer. Bad. Two occurrences of repelling. Ah, god damn it. This pop-up thing that Twitch is doing is breaking my browser, but mean, you're gonna be going up.
Okay, clear. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't want to make it too complex for now. Custom animations and shit. It's fine. You're just gonna go in a zone. There's gonna be a time until the chopper comes, and then you win. It's good enough for now. And then we can polish. Unless you're talking about doing that for like an actual like a different thing from like a different mod, having jumping off a helicopter or something, then maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked too much into how to trigger animations. All right. You can definitely load the animations and stuff. Um, but I don't know how to trigger them. You definitely can trigger them because it's there, it's in the single player. I just don't personally know how. Is there going to be custom animation support? Not at launch. Custom assets will come soon after, and it might not be everything. It might just be, you know, textures and models, but not animations, or textures and sounds and not animations, or, you know, whatever. Depends on how comfortable we feel with what we have. What? Launch when? When it's ready. Actually, don't need any of this. Botman. This here? Yeah, this here. I also need to add a console command to actually do this. Bot, bot, bot. Alright, botman is here. Let's set, let's see. I'm gonna spawn him like here. So, maybe do. Yeah, we can spawn him here. Sometime in 2020 to 2050. That sounds pretty accurate. Hopefully before I die.